Hello, everyone, from our distributed streaming central, Chile, Portugal, and Germany today. Welcome to our guest, Oppa-JoMar. Hi.
Hi, all together.
Hi.
Yes. And our co-host, Sonia and Franco.
Hi. So, welcome everyone.
So today we wanted to do a few things. We wanted to just chat very briefly about the releases we did today and what happened in the last week. But then the main content today will be our guest and our talk and chat with Oppa here, who had the great idea to create an unofficial competition within Anniversary League, where only people that refuse to buy players can participate. So it was a great solution to a big discussion in the forums the weeks before the league started, where one group of people didn't want too much trading, and others felt trading is a part of Hattrick. So here you have an opportunity to just create your own team, your own youth players, train them as you want, don't trade anything, and compare yourself with all the others that feel the same way. So it's a really cool initiative. And you already have how many people signed up?
Nearly 900.
Oh, really?
And they're still floating in.
So how is this gonna be managed? You think, like, how are you administrating all this?
Yeah, we have a burden share. Sata is doing the lists and handling this part, and I do the federation. That I think will be a backbone for this project during the next 6 seasons.
Okay, cool. Right, we come back to that in a little more detail. I just thought I should. One thing that I wanted to mention, maybe because it was never communicated on the forum very clearly or in my HTAL and so on, and that is that we had some problems over the weekend. The site was down twice on Saturday and once on Sunday, I think, like for several hours. And this was due to some of the changes, like the new rules on preferred league and the Anniversary League itself. There was basically a lot of new code running for the first time, and it generated some locks in the database, and was also some problems relating to the server change that we did a few weeks ago. So these kind of things can happen when you do new features, and it's very hard to test these things in advance, because like the league structure and all the promotions and demotions and series swapping and so on, there is no way to test it, because we don't know what basically we can't predict what people are gonna do. So our apologies for that, but we think the situation is under control now, and that things will be calm until next season break. Then we also did a release today, which you might have seen, but I was hoping to have Daniel visit us today, but as it was his baby, these changes to the player details pages and the player pages, but it will be some other time. I mean, I think I don't know if we should show it, but I guess everyone has seen it already, so it's not that much to show. But we want to like keep moving the site in this direction of like before. This kind of data was often put in a sub page because we didn't want too much we wanted to limit access to some data, maybe for performance reasons, and this is how that has grown. So now we find ourselves that we have a lot of data that should be in front of you all the time, that are maybe hidden in some subs pages. And so like we're continually trying to see if we can bring everything into the the place where users actually spend time and benefit from it. So it's like a philosophical direction that we have for the site, and I hope everyone enjoys it. Cool. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not very used to streaming, so I feel like I end up being the one talking all the time. So now I wanna move over to you, Oppa. Again, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you came into Hattrick, and what your background is?
You are addressing me, yes?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. 10 years ago, when I was retired, my son told me I should do some serious things in my life from then on. So I chose Hattrick to do that. And for me, and you know that already, it is very important to be in contact with other people. I moved so very often in my life so that I always lost my friends. And if you live in a different country, you don't have the linkage to home. So Hattrick helps me a little bit to stay in contact with other people. I got to know some from Switzerland, from Austria, and from other countries. And we even visited each other or met on some Hattrick meetings. And I think it helps me a lot in my life.
No, that's really nice to hear. And it's but did you feel that did you find this after being in a physical meeting for the first time, or was it something that's you realized like from the start? I mean, were you making friends online, or was it like after going to a physical meeting?
It was a development over years. First of all, I entered Hattrick, and then I found the community. Then I became active in some threads, and I found some other managers who helped me. We didn't have the mentor system back then, you know that, but there were very many helpful hands, and they still are in contact with me, and they help. These people help each other to also in private problems sometimes. Yeah,
that's really nice. And how does it work in the German community? Do you have meetings very often? Maybe not so much during the pandemic, but how does it work?
There are two different kinds of meetings. The big German meeting, the last one was, I guess, in 19 in Karlsruhe. It was organized there. I was so thrilled. I wanted to organize it 2020. Everything was prepared. We live in a small village here. I play soccer every Wednesday, even with 70 years. The other are also in between 65 and 75, so I'm not the oldest. And we could have used this area for the meeting. I talked to the mayor of our little city, and I got the approbation to do so. But then, happened this lady Corona came around the corner, and everything was blasted. It looks like we will have this year one also in Karlsruhe. I know the manager who is organizing it, and I think it will be a big event. And the second is that groups of managers meet around their home city. So, for example, Frankfurt has a lot of managers around the city. So they have, I think it is at the end of each season that they meet each other. And other cities too.
And it's more like going out for a few beers one night and so on. Yeah.
Sometimes few beers doesn't do it.
Well, German beers are very big, so. And what about Chile? Is there any physical meetings these days?
Well, in Chile, there is also a very big community. Sadly, our country is just too large and very thin. So there are a lot of cities that they have a very long distance. But the last time we decided to not have a meeting because of the coronavirus. But we really want to have a meeting. And with Antonio, we want to do like a kind of travel around Chile because there are a lot of Hattrick users from the north of Chile, the central, and Santiago, Viña del Mar, more in the south. But yes, there are very nice meetings here in Chile too.
Okay. With the pisco instead of beer, maybe. Don't say that to the Peruvians because they get upset if I. Okay, nice. So what happened here with the homegrown competition? Can you, like, I mean, how did you react to the anniversary league, and like when did you come up with this idea that you need like a new format was needed, or some other challenge?
Let's say it like this. I read a lot in the forum, and I saw all the commentaries in English and in German about the league and the structure and how it's supposed to be and so on. And I found out that there are a lot of people who have, say, are afraid of the transfer market. They don't know exactly how that works, whether it is a risk to buy one, whether you can sell him or not. And the second part is, if you go into the transfer market, then you need to know a lot about the player, really a lot. I say I respect those people who can trade with players. I can't. I'm not a commercial person. I'm more for maths and figures and things like that. So seeing these commentaries, I thought, why not getting 20, 30 people and do something together? I didn't expect that so many people would show up. And I'm very and I'm very happy that Sata was there from the very beginning. He said, "Oh, it seems to be a good idea," and yes, then we got into trouble.
So what exactly, like, if you decide to, because it's an interesting point right now, there's these 30,000 teams in the league, and since yesterday they have the chance to buy players, and if you buy one single player, you're out of the homegrown competition. Doesn't matter why you buy it, or it's like.
That is correct. We wanted to keep it as simple as possible. If we created different rules, then people would have no clarification, no clear way to go. So we say 3 simple rules, but they are strict. And if one wants to buy a player, it's up to him, but he is out of the competition. That is very clear.
Right. So what's the rules then? You can't buy any players.
This is the main and the core rule.
Yeah.
Even a player that you want to turn into a trainer isn't allowed.
Right.
You can get an external trainer, no worries, but not a player bought, made into a trainer. The second rule is we want finish this little competition after 6 seasons, not after 8 seasons. The reason what is behind it is we didn't want to destroy this anniversary competition at all.
Mm-hmm.
So the way we play it, you can also, after 6 seasons, change your mind,
Mm-hmm.
get the money you saved, and make, say, a cup run. Buy players, then make a cup run. Or you go into the competition, the main competition itself, and play seriously from there on, and trade if you want, and so on. So one who takes part in our competition has the possibility to change later over to the other one. And that was reason for, we say, the champion is after 6 seasons.
Okay, that's really nice. So you have a second life with your team, basically, to fantasize about while you're being starved for the first 6 seasons.
Hattrick has so many ways to be played. So, for example, somebody wants to get the achievements. So he has 2 seasons time to get achievements after this competition, for example, or other things.
Yeah. And the third rule, did you have a third rule also, or?
The first was no buys, okay. Second was 6 months, and that's it.
All right. Okay. So have you decided, Antonio and Frank, have you decided if you're going to be in or not?
I didn't see their names.
You remember all the names. I can't believe this.
It's amazing.
Well, I give it a big thought about this. But in my mind, before the news, I was already prepared to run the Hattrick Marathon. So I said, well, I already have in my mind the idea to compete in the rules that came first. But I really like this Homegrown competition. I love it. And I'm really happy because there are a lot of users. And I think that there are a lot of users that will come because there is time until the middle of the season, I think. So there could be even more than 2,000, maybe. I don't know. But there's going to be a very big competition.
We set up this deadline whistle after the 7th match of the first season so that everybody can decide, because everybody is eager to buy good players. And you mentioned the transfer market, and you know how it looks like momentarily. And no, some people can't buy the players they want to buy. So if they don't buy any, they still can join. And on the other hand, I was asked very often, why a deadline at all? For me, the community is important. And I don't like the idea that after 6 seasons, somebody sneaks around the corner and says, here I am first. I kept all rules, but he didn't do anything for the community, not even signed up and not opposed and nothing. That is not the way I would like to play Hattrick. And since we, thanks Johan, are in the position that we can put up the rules for this competition, that was one of our ideas.
Yeah, very, very well thought out. It's really nice. You have thought about each rule. You know, they are there for a reason. So, yeah, it's cool.
Yes.
But sorry.
In my case, I really like the idea, but it's not my style of play. I have never created a team to compete quickly, and I have always created long, slow training plans. And this is the opportunity to do something different. That's because the reason I don't want to participate in this way, but I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's amazing, and it's amazing this other competition that will be. I think that nobody expected that at the beginning of when we saw the announcement of this new league, and this make it even funnier to have the two ways to play it. It's just amazing. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, what I like is that, I mean, we present this league, and immediately we have like quite emotional discussion. Like, should it be no trades? Should it be 4 trades a season? Should it be this or that? And of course, we can always compromise, but you can never compromise so that everyone is happy. And what is true here is that what you guys and 1,000 other people probably more than that wanted, something that you could never have done, or didn't have any intention to do. So that's perfectly possible within this league, and you just have to decide that's how we're gonna play it, and then that's the competition. So it's a very creative way to approach a conflict, even though it was not very much of a conflict, but it's a nice way to satisfy everyone.
And I would underline, signing up to the competition in our way is not a contract. If you decide after a season, oh, it's boring for me, then he goes out and he plays it in a different way. So he is always free, except if you buy a player, you're out.
Mm-hmm. Another question I have, and you haven't mentioned anything about the goal of this competition. And I know that when I asked, like, if we can support you in any way, I was saying, for example, maybe you want some prizes or so. But it like you answered, like, it's not important. The prizes are not important. And I mean, how do you think about that? What is the goal? Is there a goal for this competition? Will there be a winner?
Yes, there will be a winner, and that is also fixed in these 3 rules. I forgot about it. Winner is who is the first in this team ranking after the 6th season. Okay. He is the champion. He is the champion. Okay. And regarding prizes, that is funny that you mentioned that. In one of the threads, there was one manager who asked, and what's about prizes? Or it's only for fun? And another one answered, what do you want? Prizes are for only a few people. Fun is for everybody. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a good sentence.
Okay, so we should scrap the prizes in the anniversary league then. No, but it's a very good point. And you had maybe that's not something that you mentioned publicly, but you were suggesting to me that maybe if there could be like a competition for these teams that stayed through the whole period, like a tournament or something, for them, that could be a fun way to end it. But that's, of course, I'm not sure if we can do, but that could be a nice extra.
The idea is also, or we have a champion after the 6th season, and if you could organize a tournament like the supporters tournament for all the remaining teams after 6 seasons, then we could call him the cup winner. So we had, after 6 seasons, on the one hand the champion, on the other hand the cup winner. That would be a great thing if you support us that way.
We can see if it's possible. Yeah. Okay.
I have a question for Oppa. Your Hattrick story is full of nice things from the beginning. This game was shown by your son. Then you made a lot of friends from different countries. Had the chance to meet them in real life and to create a community, to help each other, to talk about life, which is amazing. And now you're here. I think that the last week you didn't think that something like this will happen. You're here organizing like another league with almost 1,000 users. What is the feeling of this new Hattrick experience for you?
Well, I think in this perspective, I have to ask my wife what she feels about the night shifts I did the last 2 days. No, I'm thrilled about the whole thing. And it is like a little task that you have. It didn't hinder me to play soccer today, but the rest of the day I spent with Hattrick. But it gets better now. For example, what's amazing, there are so many volunteers that say, "Oh, let me help. I can do that. I can do that," in the federation. So, for example, we got a CHPP developer who is working hard to make a project that shows different statistics, because every Hattrick player is into statistics. And the more you could show in this perspective, the more attractive is a league like that. So, and why not giving him a helping hand? And there is a second one, CHPP developer who already has a similar tool that could help. So we talk together and they work together, and that is the real good thing in Hattrick.
That's really
The community. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think? Like, what is the are people talking about what is the right strategy now if you're gonna succeed with a homegrown team?
Looking into the federation threads, the opinions spread like this. So some people say you have to have a youth academy. Without that, you can't get good players. The others say, no, we go for the old system because then you get them faster. And maybe the one way or the other way is right. I cannot tell. Then one says, at the beginning, you have to build your stadium that you can get monies. And the other says, now, if you build your stadium, you cannot hire assistants. So everybody has his own to go. And therefore, the federation is very important. There, the people share their opinions, and you get some pros and cons to each of these questions. You should look at the chat. It's full of interesting interesting opinions, remarks, and so on.
Yeah, no, I'm like, my motivation to join is it will be easier to explain why I'm doing so badly, you know, because I couldn't buy any players. So I'm leaning towards joining now, but we'll see. Maybe I can't, maybe I can't resist buying something. We'll see.
Can I interpret your remark that you also were happy and lucky to get a team?
What do you mean?
Yeah. A new team, a fourth team.
I absolutely have time for running them all. That I just can't give them up, you know. So I get stuck with them. Yeah. But I was planning to get rid of 2 teams, so I only had the new one and my real team when we started, but I haven't been able to yet. We'll see.
Okay.
I like them all. Yeah. And Antonio and Franco, what's your strategy right now for your anniversary teams?
Good. Well, first of all, I would like to tell you why my team is called 25 FC. And that's because the number 25 is my favorite number since I was 13 years old. So this is very important for me, and I have thinking a lot about the best strategy. For example, I have mainly bought 4 players to train on winger to win some money and improve my attacks on wings. Talking about the staff, I just have only hired a form coach. I'm going to hire an assistant coach after my friendly match of today, because to reduce the possibility of having any injured players. And the effect before the update of training, it will be the same. I have opened my youth academy, but just hiring just 1 scout, because I think it's a good idea if I win this season. Next season, I will have any benefits if I can sell any player from my academy, but I can't spend too much money in this moment because I have to buy some players. My intentions are do some step trading, but not too much. And talking about COP, I want to go as far I can as possible. I think I have to do a mix between competing and training players. I think I'm going to buy 3 players with playmaking and some passing to win the midfield and have some attack. And I will have 4 players to train and win some money. And if I have good luck and can win the first season, I will see what I will do later. But in this moment, this is my strategy. I don't think there is a one correct way. Everything is just a bet, and even you can have very good other teams in your league, and maybe when the difference of level of every team is very close, maybe you can win or lose any match. So I don't know what is gonna happen, but this is my system by this moment.
Sounds good.
It sounds a lot more elaborate than mine. So we'll see.
Antonio is always the same. When we talk about Hattrick, it's the same.
And you, Franco?
I think that my plan is very similar with the Antonio's plan, but I'm watching all the time my league because I want to know every movement of the other teams. I want to know what kind of players they are buying, if they have the youth academy, if they are, I don't know, changed the coach, because you will see what kind of team they are going to build. Maybe more competitive, or maybe to train young players. So I'm watching this, but I already bought some players. I bought two young players to train wing too, because wing is faster. You can have a very good income, and also you have like a different kind of strategies that you can use. You can use every. You can go with 4 defenders, 5, 3. You can change a lot while you train winger. And also because I want a strong midfield, and I will buy some all this, I think, to create a stronger midfield. But it will be it's not a plan that is written on the rocks, because it depends on the other teams of my league. If I see that there are a lot of teams that are planning a long term plan, I'm not going to spend all my money on all their players. I'm going to also invest a little bit more on training. So it's a plan that could change over the season.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was quite funny because in my league chat, one guy posted like, "I'm gonna be in the homegrown competition, so you don't need to worry about me. I'm gonna be at the bottom of the series." But we'll see if that's really the case. I haven't bought any players yet because I'm not sure if I'm gonna do homegrown or not. But one thing that I remembered from previous times that I started in a new league and from HTI was that it can make sense, like the players that you got in your starting team, if they're young enough, it can make sense to keep them and train them, because even though you would never have done it in a normal situation, because like the loyalty is quite valuable, and those players ended up being much more important in my team than I thought from the start. So you shouldn't disregard an 18-year-old player or 19-year-old even. They can still be quite valuable. So I'm gonna try to like focus my training around those few young players that were decent, and then if I do buy some others to train. So so yeah, let's see how that goes. And Oppa, is your team in Germany, the new one, or?
Yes, the new team, no, Ukraine.
Okay. Good call.
It was like this. I want.
Yeah.
Now, my home team is in Germany for sure. Yes, and it is called Over 60 Seniors. And if you look to the players, you will find some that are older than 70 years already. It is, for example, those are also little things that you can play within the play Hattrick. So, for example, I collected with my third team, I collected all nations for my, how do you call that? For my, the Hall of Fame. So in the Hall of Fame of my third team is every nation represented.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's very nice.
It's like collecting. Oh,
okay. That's a nice collection idea also.
I don't know anyone else that did that.
No, it was for the first time in Hattrick.
Very good. And my team is in Honduras. I think I mentioned that last week. You have a team there, and now we have been. We're gonna recruit a developer from there, so I thought it was fun to see if I could reconnect a little bit with that part of the world. Also dreaming of a tropical island at the moment. And you guys, are you in Chile both, or your teams? No.
My team is in Poland.
Oh.
Because after the salary thing, I was thinking about a smaller country, but then I thought, well, there are a lot of Polish players on the market. The Polish community is very big, and I really like this country, Poland. I didn't have any team on Europe. I have in South America and in Africa, and I thought, yeah, Poland is like a nice place to be, and I'm really happy to be there. The salary thing for me is like a very how to say it? It's very fair thing. It's the thing that was correct to do, and I'm feeling very good to be in Poland. I'm still trying to learn how to spell the names and the surnames, but it's very hard to spell. But I'm doing a nice job with this.
Franco, is there another reason because you have chose Poland?
Well, also because my girlfriend is from Poland. Yeah, that's the other reason.
Very nice.
That was secret, Antonio. Thank you for that.
We have learned some Polish.
Yes, she's helping me with the spell of the names, and I'm doing a nice job, I think. And Gian Antonio.
Well, my team is in Italy because of the same reason that Franco teams in Poland.
Your girlfriend is from Italy.
No. Just because the 20% of the wage. Just that for not. I have not a girlfriend from Italy, but it's a very good idea, I think.
I was thinking maybe you want a girlfriend from Italy, and that's why. No? I think it's the best place to look, but nothing. Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Well, Antonio, you're learning Italian too.
Yes, just a little, but I think I have to improve English first.
Molto bene.
Okay, do we have any questions regarding, because I saw some question here about the cup of Anniversary League, and I'm not sure, they were just asking about the cup. What about the cup? And I mean, I think we talked about this last week, but there will be a cup, and what happens is that it's normally the national cup starts in Division 6 and includes everyone going up to the top. But since this year there is only bots in Division 6 and upwards, we will use the other format, which is the divisional cup that is used for Division 7 and below, and that will be the official cup of the first season. So if this means that everyone will be able to play, and even the ones that joined late, I think, will be able to play in the cup. So even those that are coming in today and so on, even over the weekend, I think. So everyone will be able to play in the cup. So yeah, you know that. What else is there?
It's going to be played on neutral stadium. The cup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
All the rounds.
Yeah, but the prize money and everything will be as if it was the national cup. And the secondary cup, I think we will also have those. But it means that the cups will need to finish like in week 1 week later than usual, because this league 32,000 teams is bigger than any level that we had before, so we need 1 more week to finish everything. So yeah, that will be the special.
And how about the last weekend of the season? Is not even possible because it's like the last friendly of the season to use that date.
I think that's not possible to do anything about. So if but by then it will not be that many team affected, right? And they will be in the cup final. So I think they can live with losing a friendly match. But I think that will be the consequence in that case.
What about 2 matches in 1 week? Like in national teams, we play on Friday and Monday.
We can't go in. We have to use like the existing mechanism as much as possible. This is already a hack, so like go in and change the schedule is just invitation to problems. So it will, like, we try to use it as close as it is. Otherwise we will get lots of problems. Will there be division battles in the new league? Yeah, there will be.
Cool.
When are the new faces coming?
I hope never.
LA Alpa was asking about the birds again.
Sorry, the birds?
Yeah. Well, some minutes ago I read it. I will look for it. He wants to make a new league about that. This one.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Mine is growing up every week. I will cut just finishing this anniversary league. I promise. Challenge accepted.
I won't cut it. I don't want to disappoint LA Alpa.
Great. 2024 is possible. You have the options to extend the length of the anniversary. I don't think so. No. I think we stick to that. I think the whole point of having a limited league is that it's limited. So that makes it possible for us to try different things in other, limited leagues. I mean, the way I see it, what these leagues offer is this fresh start for everyone, that you can start with a level playing field, and if we just keep all those leagues around forever, we're gonna have a lot of leagues. I mean, like with Hattrick International, we didn't set an end date, so that league will always be around. But like at this point of the life of international, we really should like start inventing new things to make that league relevant, because the idea of it was that it was a fresh start, and now it's like a normal league. So I don't think we can have like all these limited leagues around forever. It's but it will be tough, like at the end of all this. Maybe like one. I mean, I don't want to promise anything, and I'm not even sure it's a good idea. But like, if there is a really big wish for it, maybe there could be a way to to move the team to some other league, but we have never done anything like that. So I don't know if I should even mention the possibility. But of course, I mean, like, we're doing this in a bigger scale than anything we've done before. So maybe we need to think a little bit outside the box when the time comes. I don't know. We'll see. But it will be limited at least. That's what we have decided. Beards. Yeah. It's funny how the it's ranking. How does rank a team work? What is preference when working it out? I mean, you're talking about the ranking, yeah, right? Like the old cup ranking. That's like positions rather than points. Then I guess that matters. But then we have the power ranking, or of course that works totally different. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
In the Homegrown competition, is going to be the ranking or the power ranking? Who defines
not the power ranking? The team ranking is the one.
Team ranking, okay.
Team ranking. So we have a clear line, a clear number, and not two numbers may be equal. Then what to do if we have two teams with the same power ranking at the first slot? That's not possible. So we set team ranking. It is a little bit lucky or happy when you get it, but Angie always does some things that are lucky or unlucky.
All right. So yeah, then I'm not 100% sure how that ranking works, to be honest, because it's like, it's your position. It has not anything to do with how strong the team is. It has like to do with how far up the division tree you came. But of course, if you have two teams in the same league level that are both placed fourth, how do you divide? Like, how do you distinguish those two? I think it's the series strength, but I really need to check that. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works. Somehow it works. When is the draw? The draw, all the draws have been done. There are no more draws. If you still don't have a team in Anniversary League, you can just go and pick one up. I think there are still teams available. So everyone that wanted a team should have one now.
I think that maybe was asking about the cup draw.
Oh, sorry. Of course, yeah. Well, the cup draw, it's whenever. I mean, the same time as the other leagues. So I can't remember exactly when that is, but it's beginning of next week, I guess.
This is a question for you, Oppa.
Better have. This question was discussed a lot. I myself stay with the youth academy because I'm a friend of that, and it gives me a second team to play with and to evolve with the youth academy. And I should say a big thank you to Mark Schott, who did also some night shifts so that the fourth team can be integrated in his youth club already. You know, that is very important to administrate these teams. For me, it is very important. I do it with that, and it helps me a lot. So he put the fourth team into it, like he did back then with the international league, the other league, and it works well.
Cool.
Perfect. There are a lot of questions and people on the chat. That's nice. There are a lot of people watching us today. There are a lot of nice messages to Oppa. Oppa the man, for example.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Great Oppa. Oppa, you rocks.
Better than only ox.
So, will there be standings by country in HT Anniversary League? That's not something that we have implemented, but there will be stuff like that for sure. Ways to single out good achievements. Is the Anniversary League in April's full joke? Maybe. Yeah.
Perfect.
Alpha asks here, will there be limited leagues where you can modify parameters of the game, such as team spirit, training speed? So we have covered this a little bit on previous streams, but we see these limited leagues a little bit like experiment, like places where we can experiment a little bit. So let's say that we had a league that had faster training speed, then of course we would need to separate that league from the rest of Hattrick, so that those players could pass over to Hattrick. So like each league needs to be handled in a different way, but as long as you do that, I don't see any problem with it. Maybe you could buy players to that league, but they couldn't be sold, or you could buy a certain number of players and that you couldn't sell. I don't know, but there's basically a lot of ways you could do that, and also the game engine, like you could make it harder to score or easier to score, or more random or less random, or whatever. We'll see, but we can't experiment with everything at the same time. So I think that was like we were discussing having a separate transfer market for Anniversary League, but it was just like too much unknowns in one go. Like we had to do quite a lot of stuff to make this possible at all. So that's in another way that we are grateful for the Homegrown competition, because it reduces somewhat the number of active trading teams in the league. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if we mentioned that, but we're gonna have a quiz today as well, and maybe we should move over to that, and then we can see if there's any more questions at the end of it. So this time the quiz will be a little bit different. We're not gonna focus so much on Hattrick, but we're gonna focus on 6 countries that have achieved something cool in Hattrick recently, and it's the 4 winners of the regional cups and the 2 countries that are in the upcoming U21 World Cup final on Friday. So I'm not going to say more than that. But yeah, if you know the drill, I mean, like, how does it work? Antonio, can you explain?
What about Menti?
Yeah.
Are we going to do right now?
Yeah, I mean, could we? I think we could do the quiz, and then we can come back and see if there's any more questions.
Well, Menti is a website where we can do a quiz. You have some time to answer every question, and you can get a score depending about if you answer fast. You can win more points, and there you can get the prize for the first place. As Johan said, it will be 5 questions about champions of the regional cups, and we will be waiting for some minutes after every question, and you will have some time to answer, but it's not too much time, just 5 seconds. You have to be fast. And this is going to be the third quiz we have done.
Yes, there are already some users that are waiting.
Okay.
I'm going to write the code in here so you can copy paste easier. But the code is, you can see this on as a banner. And Oppa, Johan, you can participate too if you want.
Maybe I stay out of it this time. I wrote all the questions.
This is going to be different because it's the theme is about the as you said of the winners of the last regional cups. So it's going to be funnier because it's we're going to another world. This is more like to know something about those countries, which is really interesting. So I'm going to share you my screen. There are already some users in here.
Did you share the link?
Yes. I already did it. And let's wait. Here we are. 21 and growing up. We can see the players that are on here. 36. I see no Sweden flag already. 35, 36. So if anyone have any problem with the connection or with the link or with the code, we can help you, or even all the people in the chat is always trying to answer when we can't, and to help during this kind of interactive quizzes. So we wait like how much time, Johan?
2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Do you have any more questions? We can do. I answered a few questions in the chat here, so maybe I can just repeat. Draghi asked if we can keep in mind the option to create like a limited league that is only for homegrown. So it's like built in, and of course it's possible. We just haven't, I guess like Oppa is giving us, doing us the favor here of trying this out for us, and if it's a success. But I mean, we wouldn't do it while this competition is going on for sure. because we don't want to disturb that. But maybe in the future, if it turns out a success. And another question that we have answered several times before, but what happens to players after 8 seasons? Unless you sell them, unless they're national team players, they will retire. They will disappear. So if you want to keep them around in some way, you have to release them to the transfer market. Will Foxtrick be updated for Anniversary League? Yeah, you have to ask the Foxtrick developers. I can't answer for them, but I can only ask you to please have patience and understanding. They are not in an easy place, you know. When we release stuff, and we often break Foxtrick. So that's just how it works. But maybe you can disable some parts of Foxtrick for a little while, and then it will work again. I don't know. Ooh. So let's see if we can avoid another Mish win today. But at least he didn't win last week.
I think that Mish is always the toughest player in this kind of contest.
Yeah, I think he's quite competitive. This guy, I have a feeling.
Well, we start. They are asking for a nerf of Uncle Mish. Yes. Well, let's start. Let's do this. Okay.
Oh, there's a Swedish flag again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always here.
51 users, and let's go. In what year did Nigeria make its first appearance in the FIFA World Cup? 1998, 2002, 1970, or 1994? Are anyone from Nigeria in the chat? Some fan of Ameobi. Wow.
Right.
The most selected choice. Well, Nigeria won the Africa Cup on Hattrick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Question 2 of 5. Let's go. The Fourth Day Football War took place in 1969 between El Salvador and Honduras. Which of the following countries did also take part in the conflict? Costa Rica, Guatemala, Nicaragua, or Panama? Or here is the coach of Nigeria, Dema.
Wow.
That's correct, Nicaragua.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Yes. Big surprise.
It
Maybe-
was not an easy question.
Maybe they figured it was a good, smart guess, since Nicaragua was the winner of the American Cup.
A very good performance of Nicaragua. Let's go for the next. What is the name of the largest island of the Philippines? Mindanao, Samar, Negros, or Luzon?
I never heard any of these names.
Luzon was the correct one. It's good to know those things. That's one of the beauties of Hattrick, that gives you the chance to connect with other countries. You learn the surnames and the names of different countries, the regions, and also more about their geography. So this is a very important thing that Hattrick brings to the users.
I know that my daughter is listening to the stream and she loves the quiz. So at least I have a chance now to teach her something. That it will actually be beneficial for her in life.
Well, let's go for the fourth question of 5. In what Italian city was the modern pizza invented? Milan, Rome, Florence, or Naples? Napoli.
This one people should be, yes.
Look at that. There must be a lot of people from Italy.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Is it Peo in here, our friend?
No. Wasn't pizza invented by the Greek? This
is the modern pizza.
Yeah. Well, it's the pizza. The Greeks called it something else. I think like circular bread with food on it has probably been invented many times in history.
Okay, let's move for the last one. Sadly, there are only 5 questions in this test. So this goes for Chile or Hungary, which is the final of the under-21 Cup, which takes place on Friday. You better watch it. What is the native name of Easter Island? Pattaya, Rapa Nui, Aotearoa, Palau.
Say it again. It was so nice.
Pattaya, Rapa Nui, Aotearoa, Palau.
I don't know if the fact that you knew better to pronounce the second choice here gave it all away.
Wow, Antonio and I really knew this one. Yes.
Yes.
Aotearoa is the name of New Zealand, actually. And Palau is another island in the Pacific.
Yes, I knew Palau, but the other ones, I didn't know that.
Cool. So let's see. And we missed, the question about Hungary didn't fit, right? We can only have 5 questions. All right.
Yes.
Okay. That's sorry, Hungary. I didn't know that.
But we can do it on the chat. I can look it for.
Never. It's not. It's only chaotic to do it in the chat, I think.
Okay. Well, let's see the winner. There are some users on the chat that says that have 5 of 5. What? That's insane.
Cool.
That's great.
Okay, let's see if he takes it.
Pulika was right. Wow. Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations,
Bravo.
Pulika.
Bravo.
Great. So I'm gonna pick out. I'm gonna contact you on Hattrick and gonna ask you for your size and send you a T-shirt or something similar from our enormous warehouse of Hattrick merchandise that never finishes.
Pulika 94 is
from Finland. It's
yes, from Finland.
As far as I know, he signed in 2 for our competition.
Oh, really? Okay.
As far as I know, I think so.
Well, congratulations again to Polika. The winner, the first winner was Uncle Mish on the first quiz. The second one about the CHPP products were LA. I can't remember the whole name, but wasn't a language administrator. And now Polika is the winner. He knows a lot of geography, I think.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And yes,
Sarah?
it's part of, yeah.
Ah.
Okay, so let's see if we have any more questions here. Yeah, shipping to Finland is no problem. That's true. When we send stuff to Finland, it always arrives. Because you didn't sell out your post system to the Danish, so like the Swedish did. Let's see here. Yes. Yeah, when was the last time Hattrick sold T-shirts? No, not 2004. It was like 2011 or 12 or something like that. And then we had a giveaway campaign a few years ago also. Yeah. So yeah, Twitch stream about the finish of Supporter Week trophy. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't decided what's going to be the next stream, but something like that could be fun. I'm going to try to be better at announcing the streams earlier. We are building a little widget to have on the website, so you can always see when the next stream is going to be. And that's hopefully going to be up in 1 or 2 weeks or so. But so we can get some more people on here. Cool.
Perfect. Cool.
So Greek in Sweden. Could you bet on Hattrick matches in 2004, 2005? Yeah, we had a short experiment with that in like 15 years ago. It was not a good idea. You could bet with real money on Hattrick matches, and it was not a good idea. So that stopped. But you have to experiment, and if it doesn't work, you take the consequences. So that was a long time ago. Can you give the first one on this channel? Yeah, maybe, but maybe that's not necessary. I don't know. It can be quite therapeutic to let your emotions out. So, but yeah. Let's see. What was the trick for making the tactics attack on wings and attack in the middle more popular? I mean, now we're just covering stuff that has been in the forum, but we increased the we like gave a guaranteed conversion on those. So like it would not be as likely that if you had played one of those tactics that you didn't get any attacks on the wings or in the middle. So that was like a little bit of a rebalance on that. Where is Hattrick open now? You know, if actually thought about that, well, those of you who don't know it, Hattrick Open was a project that we did like in 2010 or 11 or something like that, and the idea was to like that you should be able to create your own competition and leagues outside the Hattrick universe and play Hattrick, and we had like special rules and a special interface, and it was not a success at all. But if you click on a tournament match link and open as a new tab, and you see the URL, it says source system HTO in there, and everything that we have done in tournaments, and including the new national team system, and like everything that has single matches, ladders, all this kind of stuff, it's actually built on that platform. So even though the product wasn't a success, we have had enormous use of it in the years. I guess what we understood, like what we realized, was that this kind of flexibility was needed inside Hattrick, not as a new game. So we are happy that we did it, even though it was a failure. Alrighty. Yeah, 1,000 followers. That's nice.
Amazing. Vivi Alderrama says that this deserves a celebration and a giveaway of Antonio's piano.
Maybe one day.
We're waiting for you to play it.
Well, I think that everyone here is waiting for Antonio to play piano.
When somebody wins the anniversary league, maybe I could learn, but I have 2 years, so it is possible for the ceremony. Ta-da-da-dun, ta-da-da-dun.
Okay. How do you best? Yeah, Greek in Sweden. I think that you send an HTML mail to me, and maybe you already did, and then I'll ask you. But that's the best way to contact me. To next week, we need to figure out how, so that I can also pick questions from the chat and show it here, because I haven't figured out. I think I have the right, but I haven't understood how to do it. That will make it easier when I just like spontaneously answer stuff from the chat, because people might not hear the question. So, okay. So, yeah. I think maybe we should round this off. I wanted to thank Oppa so much for coming. I was wondering if you wanted to say like a last few words about, for the people that are watching and haven't made up their minds yet, what you think that the homegrown competition can offer. What is it all about, and what's your community doing at the moment?
Yeah, first of all, it was a pleasure for me to be here. Very nice of you. I have to say thank you again for the HT, even though it produced a lot of work. And well, I would like to ask all the members of the Federation, or all the members that take part in this little competition, that they also have some initiatives inside the Federation or inside the forum to make it a success, because we can do it only together. It's not my thing, it's our thing to do that this little competition works well. And I have to underline another fact. We do not want to disturb the whole anniversary league with that. We only want to support it, and we only want to add something to that. Therefore, we accept all the rules that exist, plus our 3 rules. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Looking forward to following it. Whether as a member or not, I don't know yet. But it will be really, really cool to follow. Okay. Thanks a lot for tonight. I think, we try to stick to no longer than an hour and a half. So, people have other things to do in their life as well. But we will be back soon, and hopefully with new interesting guests and stuff to talk about. So thanks a lot. Really enjoyed it.
Okay, it was
Bye-bye.
really fun.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for everything. See you soon.
See you.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Good luck in the new league.
Thanks.
Don't bite too much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. See you sometimes.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye.